and
That's interesting.
And I shouldn't quote by American Army standards, accepted them.
I see.
Which I wasn't doing, and because officer swords ought to be surrendered to officers rather than to enlisted men,
Yeah.
a lower status person.
Well, how did you come in contact with them? How were you courteous to them? Mom was saying you were courteous to them, and they were enemies.
Well, he just wasn't calling them bad names and cuss words and
No, but
that all the time.
I mean,
the way so many of the soldiers do.
no, but how did you come in contact with
What?
them? How did you come in contact with them
Well, these officers were coming to me
to get the
to
food?
get the food
I see. Okay.
for their troops and themselves.
Right.
Yeah. It was perfect. That was what our government wanted me to do.
Sure.
We weren't going to let the Chinese weren't going to feed these officers, so we had to.
How many Japanese prisoners of war do you think you fed?
I think it was something like 12 to 15,000.
You fed that many Japanese?
What?
You mean Americans or Japanese?
Japanese.
Oh, wow. And tell me about the Jews that you met over there.
The Jews? Mm-hmm. Well, there were two groups that
Oh, and the White Russians.
I hired a lot of in Shanghai when they said find a way. You're going to be feeding troops, so it's going to establish. And I found that two groups that were very useful were, first of all, white Russians who had fled to Shanghai, and when the Red Russians or communists took over in Russia, and so these people were there, and they had been there since 1917 or something like that.
So they spoke some Chinese,
so many
probably.
of them had businesses that were useful to us, and many had businesses that we had nothing to do with. Then the
Jews. You were hiring people for the kitchens or to run the food operation, and you found the White Russians to be useful, and also the Jews.
The others were the Jews. There were Jews in Shanghai that had fled from Hitler, and when Hitler was killing thousands of Jews, they went first to South Africa somehow.
Oh.
Then they got Shanghai. Now, why Shanghai for both of these groups? The reason that Shanghai attracted them was that if you got to Shanghai, you could stay absolutely indefinitely.
I see.
Without
any visa.
Without having to leave. And so, and of course, it was a major city. I think it had something like 13 million people.
Already had 13 million.
Wow. That had a lot of people. And they would set up businesses, and those businesses would, some of them were useful to me and some weren't, but they were entrepreneurs, white Russian entrepreneurs, and Jewish.
Sure. And so I didn't know that. I thought maybe the Jews worked in your kitchens. I didn't understand that you bought from their businesses. That's interesting.
No.
I guess Americans worked in your kitchens to cut up the cabbage and all. Or
there
Chinese.
There were a few of both groups.
I see.
That we incorporated in our food, but most of them had their own businesses.
I see. So the Jews that were there had left in the early 30s?
What?
Had the Jews that were in Shanghai, had they left in the early 30s as opposed to the late 30s? Any idea?
Yes. That's right.
Because they made it, for one thing.
They had to go.
Yeah, sure.
They had to leave Germany.
Sure.
And they
Okay.
had to go to a place where they wouldn't be kicked out after 60
Right,
days or 10.
right, right.